morning everyone, Joel Ryan from Edencraft here, and this morning we've got Ben Bartlett on board with his brand new 255 formula. Now this is Ben's third Edencraft, so he knows what he's doing and he's set this one up like one I haven't seen yet. This is actually in survey. Ben's going to start a new charter company and a TV show, so we've got Ben on board today to talk us through a little bit of that and also to walk through the boat, have a look at some of the awesome features he's got, really nicely set up for some customers, so let's go through it with Ben.
So yeah, like you mentioned before, this is my third Edencraft, the second one that you guys have built for me. And I just really enjoy the experience of building a new Edencraft. It's really special to be able to come down to the factory, see probably, I'd say on any given day you'd have a dozen boats there of all the different models, and to be able to see them at the different stages really helps put in your mind what you might want to add to your own boat and how you might want to customise your boat. And every single Edencraft that comes out of the shed is 100% custom boat for that person. And yeah, to be able to come down and be involved in that process from the first day that you pour the hull to when you deliver me the keys is just something really special, and something that I'm proud to be a part of. So yeah, no, we've set it up pretty well. Gone into some extensive detail with the electronics package on this boat.
This is a pretty impressive dash. So talk us through, what have you got going on here, Ben?
Yeah, so we've got the 3 Raymarines, and we've got the transducers with the 4-in-1 transducer.
Yep.
So we've got the side imaging, traditional sonar, and we've got down imaging as well. And then we've also got the 2 kilowatt low wide. So for those times out wide chasing the swords like I know you love, we'll be able to mark everything down the bottom.
Yeah, no, it's very impressive. And I love the navigation on this map with the overlay, the AIS data from the other ships, and the radar overlay on this is super easy to navigate. It's really, really good when you're offshore.
Yeah, absolutely. I think reveal maps these days have changed the game of fishing. I know recently, before I had the big transducer on this boat, I was catching blue eye and I wasn't even marking bottom, and it was all just off picking the relief shading. So it's definitely a game changer.
Yeah, they're the cheat codes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this windscreen and hardtop, because this is the first windscreen version we've done of the 255. We've got a fiberglass T-top with clears, because obviously you're spending a bit of time in Queensland, so you wanted to have a bit of wind flow when it's hot up there. Nice vision when you've got them all open. And then we've got a wave breaker, so we've got a fiberglass wave breaker with a big screen in it. It looks awesome. We've had so many comments, and we've actually had 2 people order formulas with this same setup now on the Classic 233, which I'm excited to see. But
nice.
yeah, really nice features here with being able to put your radio up here. You've got some speakers. Talk us through all this gear.
Yeah, so look, my first Edencraft was a Platinum 233.
Yep.
And I loved it. Definitely found in certain situations the hardtop is quite a hot thing. Then I went for the 6 metre, which we had the clears and the soft top, which I really liked the idea of being able to open everything up. And so this was kind of the compromise between them, having the hard top on this, but up in Queensland, yeah, I can open everything up and get some air through. Otherwise, yeah, the other benefits to it is we've got a lot more grub handles as well. It's one thing that I've noticed everyone who's got in this boat so far is like, I can actually hold on to something.
There's plenty to hold on. And the height's great too. I'm 6'3", and the clearance here is fantastic. Like, you're going to cater for all your charter customers. It's actually really a good bit of coverage.
And then, yeah, to finish off the hard top, I've gone the Roswell sound system all the way through it, and one of the favourite features I've put on here is the tower speakers on the rocket launcher, which I just think is really cool. I was marlin fishing only a few weeks ago, and standing down at the transom and still hearing crisp sound was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a good stereo. Now I love this setup here. The ergonomics of when you're driving, whether you're standing up or sitting down, is awesome. You've got a nice footrest, and this seat with the bolster is really good. So Ben, you got this really set up, and tell us what you've done here.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we got the relax and helm chair on the suspension base, which is a game changer offshore. And then, yeah, the way that Edencraft have laid out the dash here, everything's at my fingertips, so it's so easy. It doesn't really matter whether we're in rough sea conditions or a calm bay like this at the moment. I've got all my switch panel there. I've got my autopilot from Raymarine right next to me. Obviously our throttle control and everything. So really, whilst I'm sitting here in the helm chair, there's nothing I can't do in good or bad seas.
Now Ben, I get that you've made this super comfortable for charter customers. and this is great, but I just see that you're opening yourself up to having your crew sleeping here all day and not watching the spread, because this is a great spot to sit.
Yeah, look, you've picked it. Whilst we're out trolling for those big game fish, you've got the best seat in the house right there.
It's going to be hard to find good help that's not asleep, I reckon.
It is. So yeah, we've the bench seat's definitely been set up, both for two of us on here fishing for marlin,
Yeah.
or having 7 people on the deck fishing to snapper. We can seat 3 people down there, another here, and then also down at the back lounge. So the slide out lounge that the new 255 model has is brilliant, just to be able to get a couple of people down the sun there.
Yeah, it's such a good way to be able to get it out of the way when you want to fish, and then pull it out for the run in and a run out, and have an extra spot for someone to sit.
Yeah, that's right. We've also gone Lumitech lighting throughout the whole boat, which is full spectrum. So there's not a colour under the sun that these lights can't change to. We've got them everywhere on the boat. So for those party charters, we've got you covered. For night time, sitting there waiting for a gummy shark to come, we've got you covered. The underwater lights, we've got 3 on the back of this boat, so we can draw a squid in from probably half a mile away, I reckon, with those lights.
No, it's going to look good on the water at night, that's for sure. All right, let's talk about the important part of the boat, right? The fishing area. You chose a 255 because deck space and stability was a big important factor for you, especially when you're on charter. With 5 guys on board here, this is like super stable at rest. Plenty of space here. Obviously, we've got the leaning post in at the moment, ready for some game fishing. You probably have that out when you're in the bay.
Yeah, so this will come in and out of the boat, obviously, if we're chasing big southern bluefin tuna or marlin. This will come in, but obviously I know in my 6 metre, it's a little bit of an annoying size, whereas in the 255, as you can tell, I've got plenty of room around here. Yeah, the 255, I think one of the biggest benefits to it, we can have 2 + 5 on this boat, which means we can have a skipper and a deckhand plus 5 guests, which is a step up from the 233 formula. I know you could only have 1 skipper and 5 charter guests on there. So to have the extra person on this boat obviously says a lot for the stability.
Yeah.
I know that AMSA, when they did the stability test on this boat, they were pretty blown away by how much more stable at rest the 255 is than the 233. And then moving through here, yeah, we've got plenty of room. One of my favourite features I've gone on this boat is I've put a second autopilot controller down here. So I'm a little bit lazy, especially when I'm marlin fishing, and to be able to stay down here and just control the boat whilst I'm trolling is pretty unreal, yeah.
Oh, it's a long walk back to the helm station, so when you're out here setting a spread or something, and if you just want to keep the boat straight or sort of put it in a bit of a turn, it'll actually come in really handy, so I think it's a great feature.
It is. The idea actually came when I was on my 6 metre and I was fishing solo and I lost a barrel at the side of the boat because I had to keep putting the rod in the rod holder and running up and turn the boat and come back down, and then I went, you know what, I need a better way to fish by myself. This was my idea.
It's really effective. It's amazing how quickly you can sort of make adjustments and move the boat. So no, it'll be really good when you're fishing short-handed for sure.
And then having the swim platform on the back of this is, yeah, unreal. You know, I've got a 13-year-old daughter, and her and her friends just climbing in and out of the back of the boat now, rather than having to open the dive door. Is something really cool, and I know especially for the kids. And being a spear fisherman and a free diver myself, that's a big step up on this boat compared to the last ones. Yeah,
your spearfishing charter guys are going to love it, that's for sure.
Yeah. Then moving on to the motors, I've gone Mercuries. These are my second set of Mercuries in the last few years. I just really love them. I've gone the 250 C Pros on this, which is a V8. The C Pros for commercial use. And I've been a bit blown away, to be honest, being twin V8s on the back of this, and that even when we're driving at cruising speed, you and I could talk to each other like this. They're so quiet. So yeah, I think I've come out of a boat with a Yamaha and definitely noticed just the sound level on these is a big step, let's call it down or up. A lot quieter out of the Mercuries in the V8. So yeah, really impressed with them so far. Yeah.
So we're getting about a top speed of just over 80 kilometres an hour with these. And at cruise speed, we're running at about 0.8 kilometres per litre, so not bad. It's a very heavy boat. This is a 4-ton boat. It's a 7.7 metre boat, but yeah, the 250s push it along very nicely.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's one thing to note, that every time you step up in a boat, you can't expect the same from the last one.
Yeah, that's right. The steering's fantastic on these. It's really, really nice to use this electric steering.
Yeah, so we got the power steering on them.
Yep.
Which is good. Obviously Mercury have another step up again with their joystick control, but
Yeah.
like you said, the power steering's good. You know, you can turn it on a dime quite easily.
Yeah, it's really good. The guys made a nice little neat compartment here for your battery isolators, which is one of the survey requirements. Obviously, you've got a pretty comprehensive electronic setup on this one, running a Minn Kota battery with lithium. We've got a lithium house batteries and 2 AGM motor batteries. Very neat little plugs to plug your chargers in when you get back to land and keep everything charged up. And then on the other side, we've got some really nice electric reel plugs, which you can go straight into when you're doing some deep dropping.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you guys have done an amazing job of making that look really good. At first, I needed my arm twisted a little bit, losing my storage down there.
Right.
But now that it's in, and now that I see it, I think it's a really, really cool feature of the boat. And it's actually one thing, any time I pull up at the boat ramp, it's the first thing people notice is how good that compartment looks.
Now, as a Spiro, you've actually set this boat up pretty well for game fishing. I'm pretty impressed. You've got some really nice exploding fish, 360-degree rod holders. So we've got a press button here, and they can spin the gimbal pin, so you can change your angles a little bit.
Yep.
What have we got? 6 of those. Your bait tank's
Yep.
awesome. We do this in 2 options with a divider in the middle
Yep.
as 2 separate tanks. But you've opted for 1 giant tank, so we've got 2 lids, but that's 1 huge tank. So
Yeah, that's
no
right.
shortage of live bait in there.
Nah, the live bait tank in this is unreal. Fit as many as we want.
Yep.
And then, yeah, we've also got the Swingers outrigger bases on this boat, which I still think the Swingers are by far the best outrigger base for a trailer boat especially. They're so compact and so nice, very easy to use, and they just look really nice, really hot. And I've got the Relaxin telescopic carbon fibre poles in this boat. They're not in at the moment, but yeah, those telescopic poles have been a real game changer for me. I can just put them in the base and then I can sit on 110k an hour down the road with them already in, rather than normally you have to tape things up and slide it up the middle of the boat. I can just travel with them in. They're unreal.
Yeah, that's one good thing, because I hate unraveling halyard lines when I'm at the ramp.
Yeah, that's right. So there's plenty of room up in the cabin in the new 255, and one of my favourite features is everything's double lined. So wherever you look is nice smooth gel coat, compared to most boats these days. Everything's all flow coat and it's rough. So in here, it's a real step up in luxury from the last models.
There's no doubt this is probably the nicest charter boat I've ever seen. So Ben, talk us through Hookin. What are you offering customers? What are you going to chase?
Yeah, so look, we're all the Melbourne species. I've got a bar and a lounge that I've built dedicated to the charter business as well, down in Carrum Downs on the Mornington Peninsula. So yeah, the idea is definitely sort of targeted towards whether it be parties, whether it be corporate business events. Come out, we can chase all your southern species, so bluefin tuna and kingfish offshore, squid, whiting, snapper, gummies inshore, and then everyone can come back, and whilst we can have 5 people on the boat, back at the bar and the lounge we can have 30. And at the moment my liquor license is almost approved. So yeah, all of our charters will come with an open bar.
That sounds awesome, Ben. So how can people book?
Yeah, so hookin.com.au, that's HOOKN.com.au, or otherwise just jump on the Instagram and all the details are there, and that's Hookin Adventures.
Congratulations, Ben. This is a beautiful looking 255. I love the colour, and everywhere we take this boat we get stopped and people want to come and talk about how nice it looks. So it is by far the best looking charter boat I've ever seen, and I can't wait to see you out there working on it very soon.
Thanks very much, mate, and really appreciate it, and thank you to the whole team at Edencraft. I know you guys have worked overtime many a nights to get this boat across the line for me, and I really appreciate it.
No worries,
Looking
mate.
forward to getting out there on the water.